OKFM 101.7.
Yamra studio na yene yewra Dr. Razak Kojo Opoku eni enkomo Boku memo akwa ba mesai na boko de
Ofa kwame Yesu Kristo adaroma bibia boko obo adwuma no pay
adwuma sta dasi
I me ba studio na ma hu say o constitution o bible da won chen
any other various acts no
yes.
and then the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960 Act 30 with amendment 663 174 and no waha made the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act no by 2017 Act 959 by Mesande unse Office of the Special Prosecutor ni ewie no ye sign LI for operations the regulations and also 2018 LI 2374
so yeah na most of times no more yemra na ideas ni nyina entime ma emmo fan share act ni so after say ya pass act no parliament follow up with LI to regulate act na o my den o my pass no enti provisions bi o no mana say mra bi o no mo refie and as at that time no mo conceive that idea no man fan share act ni ma LI no e be take care of it and that's why anytime be no parliament e pass act now follow up with LI
and no na e ko bai say ebra Chief Justice ni removal ne ba ye no na akohwe sa article of the constitution na e ka say oh wo the petition ba ko mama mpani wo bebo achi de akọ and na argument na bi mu ye in terms of the legalism ne say and na mo say ye quasi legal function tinu nanka esese enka ye LI any control because the person executing it is not a legal officer. But say no LI ne ma ye no so no nipa ko no wa funso so so ndere wonti
teni na ye weaknesses I think say ye koye nim no governance ye say be nya da krope na de be hu ya
bibia
edane eko na eko na nim no na adwen foforo ye den
eba
and that's why you creative room from some of these things. So as we keep going, you know, the weaknesses within our constitution and within our laws, you know, I think say you better pass Emra to take care of those weaknesses. Now as I said, me buy na mama for
that way for the aboni be the yes betom
betom
now what the mamenyo snappy your thoughts on the ecoso MPP mama nyuku mu Professor Michael Kwe committee kura baye no one report no has not been made available but nipa one person one pay frank to pray di no because one start campaign anesa
offer yet here say said me catch no and there me ba strictly for corporate talk yeah mama for political talk you know the men ko hokra
you mate what can Sunday mate da foforo you be din komo
the bar for political talker then we can discuss purely corporate talk and some be koso within the lottery industry space na akoye say my adwuma wo hopen as head of PR under Osa Mayor administration.
Now, away.
Na
maybe I'm a friend. Me tell catch up, papa.
Na same be cost na man for 18 futrogu Ghana for any, especially when it comes to one particular company. Osa Mayor time any shares here the discussions are. More provisional license more they operate here for 2 years after the provisional license na elapse 2021 That time na new administration and aba no mo so more final license for 10 years. Ayakwa say even MPP wo honom na amount for year several diabolic agenda against that particular company. And power society ma who say amount for being so ashas here reactivate the diabolic agenda. Some leading members of MPP, Tama Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Amamu Honum, they were doing against that particular company. Now, company American was a KGL Technology Limited, a subsidiary under KGL Group. Now, me work in the advocacy space. Now, me work a fair knowledge about that particular industry, you know.
Okay.
Na say me timi use to o biggest platform yi. Na me church and say Ghana for eden. Especially the new government awaba and NDC communicators and Ghanaians at large.
Na mama musa de e de ne kofa sa conversation yi aba ne yeti ha yedi nkomo yi.
The akofa sa conversation ya ba say once of akwa me platform media so pa
big and kofo
nipa krono membo needing to get that mileage on your biggest platform. Or one gentleman, I think, or your NDC communicator, and Okotna, one of your competitor station, Class TV, Etotua Yampia, a cancer bibria sebi. Tafrache nyansa ba kokura eden enim ansama no okani nyina no obia na owo the industry ni mu no be hu say just a mere sponsored agenda just to discredit the operations of KGL Technology Limited. Of akwame obekaya power sisan no some people issue communicate say NLA privately captured by KGL Technology Limited. No craba who cry any and nipa omo kekasa and maybe omunim emrano, and that's why I was very happy me buy and our discussions are we no dey home rabi gu anima yeah no be, and that is a hallmark of a serious journalism.
Now we say me ta ko na me ko to that no am samsa bra na ya wo di koye den
a Ghana Publishing Company Limited. Yes.
But that me ko to Ghana Immigration Act. Me ko to Ghana Passport and then Traveling Certificate Act. No?
Okay.
Me ko to Legal Mutual Agreement Act.
Memo bebrebe.
Why here now we kura bof
bebrebe. But the attorney say okay National Lotto Act me de copy by now. Okay
na ansana obeye no we de mamenye correction kakra bi.
Okay.
Eno ayeye interview wa ha na interview ayeye no ye ne Mustafa Gbandi, or Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, and all cancer nurses and midwives no one more strike our macon. They should sack the executives of Nurses and Midwifery Council. Na yen see no say me pamchow strike our macon nurses and midwives na kono has got nothing to do with Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Council at all. They are there for regulation and in Yama Satin. They said day-to-day activities of the nurses and midwives. No, woman, a vessel. Intino, nurse, Yura Mustafa Gbandi kan yeno. Isipai Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Council. No, woman Juma, nyomuna a head day-to-day administration. Say, nurse nibe kwa Juma, obeko strike, obese debi. Enti wamu di omko swa adwuma enti so obi te se yese Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Council for ne say wamu nko strike and patcho there bi wamu kra no the power is not vested in them tell bet me adayete wamu say wamu nko strike wamu association no a wamu wo no na wamu decide say wɔn bɛkɔ strike over a condition of service ho nsɛm mepaakyɛw council no deɛ wɔn ni obiara ɛni saa deɛ no meda ase dɔg yɛn to aso a
ase education deɛ very very important ti me to aso a mepɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ ne atiefoɔ nyinaa te aseɛ sɛ NLA operation no ne nyinaa yɛ 100% privately managed 100% privately managed apart from say NLA a regulator or license now conduct lotto draws companies are omuni NLA ye adwuma nyinaa yɛ privately owned including KGL Technology Limited company bia no on NLA ye adwuma yɛ publicly owned and okay National Lotto Act na section 2(4) has stated clearly how our NLA may enter into partnership, collaboration with other companies, individuals for the purpose of raising revenue for the state. Ekebia ba any say NLA bear that losses. A partner company or collaborator company, NSA there or bear that losses. And our court section 5 of the National Lotto Act. I indicated appointment of lotto marketing companies. I will say the board of the authority shall license.
Kind of say,
yeah.
The operations are managed by
all NLA operations are privately managed.
Okay.
Company bia or ni NLA juma as far as say ye ton lotto nyina no NLA na ankasa en ton lotto directly. Ni nyina is outsourced to private entities. Is supported by the Act. Alpha section 5 of the Act indicate license or lotto marketing companies. Of section 6 it talk about application for lotto marketing license. Section 7 talk about grant of license and license fee. And of course section 8 it talks about requirement for lotto marketing companies. Mekai only the 8A no. I say a person shall not operate as a lotto marketing company unless that person is a company wholly owned by a citizen which is registered under the company's code 1963 Act 179. I think that has been amended. Or is a registered enterprise wholly owned by a citizen. It's an individual or individuals who are citizens. So all NLA operations are there were 4 main streams of partnership or operations. The first one here, lotto marketing companies. Omono.
Yeah, LOCs no.
Yeah, you call them LMCs.
LMCs. Okay.
First, they National Lotto Receivers.
Okay.
Before the act in the buy. So LMCs no, you will move types. Your LMCs are omono omoto idea ewo lotto kiosk. Omo use point of sale terminals or terminal portable machines. Any omo use paper, and I'll come to that. So all the lotto kiosks across the country ni nyina no. Sa kiosk na hu ni nyina no is not owned by NLA. It's owned by private companies and individuals.
Okay.
Omo apply for license under section 5. Omo go through the process under section 6, 7 and 8 to acquire the license from NLA to operate. To no or NLA no apply, and based on any preference no obetimi aje lot services machine which is privately owned or Seminet machines which is privately owned in partnership with SNET. And maybe Blue Star for machines are banning ade. No, they are torn load to ewa kiosk. To the onunia the nisika bekwa kolodu credit with NLA partner banks. To the kolodu credit egusa machines in Eswa. No, they are cotton load to ewa kiosk. At the end of the month, no NLA earn a commission of 25%.
Okay. Out of purchases obeying.
Me patch one. Any war LMCs are no is covered by the LI 1948 lottery regulations. Oko section 12 and 13 honoma. You know, it captures the online lottery operations. And so LMCs are and cover over at now online LMCs honor. Online LMCs, you know, is covered by the LI 1948 under section 12 and 13. There were LMCs in SWA also operate lotto, but omon continue lotto kiosks. Omon use point of sale terminals. Omon use terminals portable machines. Omon use short code or USSD or web applications. To omono lotto no obe born or internet so and now dial a short code on your phone. Now they are there, or they are play. To why am I license under POS or TPMs? Untimin can say call the online space. Because when you're online LMC, you are LMC licensed to operate via POS. Now say turn on the kiosk. Also I am a license to operate online games. Only who are kwenya so obeko say koki osuma koton lotto. Ubia on a jurisdiction. And offer even online ekra no yes I wo chichemu. Your mom play dividend based games. To who Game Park, Dewa 787, Afrilock and all other companies now. Omo operate dividend based game. And KGL Technology Limited, also your online LMC, but no operate 5 native face all games. So that's the aspect of the LMCs. Omo more kiosum, omo more operate online, and omo more operate online. Yeah, omo operate dividend based game park, Afrilock, and others. And a KGL so all 590 odd face games.
Okay.
And sana what's about private lotto operators? I know almost say banker to banker lotto. Almost so then ewo ho. Most of them no ewo paper so. Ebi nso use POS. Now omo kra no hihye mu no ideally no na o hwe at 722 no LI 1948 na won hye da nya provision bia to license them under the R722 and LI 1948. And today we hear say oko hide behind VAC Act 844 under section 22. Now why then one more license. And all private lotto operators or banker to banker lotto operators are private individuals. None of them is a public entity.
Okay.
And son waba
Untimi meka say untimi single out and ka say K
sa
say onu nko an ye di bibia man there bi
sa
obi a oye operator bia
a private person.
A private person.
And son waba technical service providers. And your technical service providers, your Lord Services Ghana Limited, and you're privately owned. And you was Seminary Ghana Limited, a partnership between Senate and private individuals. Omono, any machines now amount for the ton low to work kiosk mono. Some machines no money manage.
Ghana adena tiama wo.
Yes, and all these companies are privately owned.
Okay.
Apart from that, there were individual private suppliers so moma NLA thermal paper roll. Ukutwa lota coupon na ye demand no. Say coupon your companies almost supply that thermal paper roll. Almost nyina your private companies. Any all companies is almost pretty scratch cars. So the argument say KGL is the only private company our hijack the activities and operations of NLA no offer no creba kukra any based on or time ya any deeper say Odi no to nchen offer. Let me take you to the online lottery operation, the history. KGL enye the first company or started online lottery operation with NLA. KGL is not the first company. Before KGL, NLA had tried several times. So obey that particular operation. Nina Ophelia. Offer 2008. NLA introduce game be near friend Mobi Game Too Sure.
Yeah, Mobi Game Too Sure.
And now we operate via telecos. 25 MTN I'll bet dial star 1.
I'm fine. It didn't mobile no cry. Mobi Game.
So Mobi Game Too Sure in partnership with the telecos. Nina is a private arrangement, strictly private arrangement.
Indeed, dear, or didn't know. What was a gun idea? Settings and go out.
So on TS agenda. And I make sure the agenda Nina so I call or time. Any bre in the passe.
And I on one casano. I didn't want pay, but a car no could not be a juma bomb.
Never power. I'm just laying the foundation. So Mobi Game Too Sure no. It was a private operations. And so CD a failure completely. I'm out for Buso say debt to Ben and K out of that. Mobi Game Too Sure now NLA introduced in 2008. Have they even asked themselves the costs are in NLA and the state? In 2015, NLA in partnership with Ministry of Youth and Sports introduced soccer cash and also a failure. At the same time, within that 2015 period, we introduced mobile 590 and no obi omo smartphones no ultimate download the mobile 590 app no on your phone. Now what you do your mobile wallet play those games. To 2015 alone no, NLA introduced soccer cash and mobile 590. Ni nyina so a private arrangement. And so CD a failure and incur debt to the authority and to the state. Over 2019-2020, summer COVID-19, there was a lockdown. Greater Accra and Greater Kumasi. So in this particular enclave, and also the biggest market share of NLA operations. But lockdown by no be enti me kiosk mu enkocha lotto. And at that time, NLA introduced a short code in partnership with a private company, IFN Techstart Africa. And a short code is *890#. And also a failure and demand survive it. Within that same period, a private lotto operator, a banker to banker lotto operator, and so it could introduce an illegal short code and a *896#. But NLA in partnership with the NCA, that illegal short code was shut down successfully because they didn't follow the due process of the law to acquire that particular short code. And the licensing so the man was to operate in the kiosk, not to operate via short code. So 2019-2020 muhonom na NLA short code *890# a failure, and KGL came in with a test run. Initially, Oman Kasane approached NLA say, we have looked into the lottery space and we have realized that the lottery space is dominated by the illegal lottery operation. About 80 to 90% is dominated by illegal lottery operations. And apart from that, stigmatization is also one of the biggest issues. And even per nature, and so so how do you address such a situations? And KGL presented a proposal to NLA that they can assist NLA to address all these challenges. Because 2008, NLA what try Mobi Game Too Sure and 2015 with the soccer cash, mobile
soccer cash
and why the *890# about and
hey
80 KGL
now the yellow green near DBA.
Yes.
Okay.
So KGL approached NLA said no. Ma try all these measures since 2008.
And so I'm fast and a cow move.
A car bought NLA and the state no. Among for crying you're interested to go into it to investigate the debt that has been carried. When it comes to 2008, Bobby Game Too Sure, Soccer Cash, Mobile 590 app, Star 890 hash. This is where the discussion people should even have an interest in it. But there be a private person or no approach NLA say maybe no solve problem now will go through.
And I buy and so yes, or beg NLA for Sika.
Of about
meet you.
The infrastructure till time KGL approach NLA with a business proposal. I am man of provisional license. Your man a final license. Up to now, NLA can never stand anywhere. Say, or more accommodate even 1 cedi to the operations of KGL. Not even 1 cedi. All the IT infrastructure, all the operational arrangement in Yinano is at the cost of KGL Technology Limited. Because NLA insulated itself under section 24 of the Act 722. Say when he enter any partnership, a can be a baby or mono, they are not part of it. And even when KGL started the test transmission to find out say are they be na say you know, because NLA I tried several times and fact. NLA charge KGL a penalty fee of 10 million Ghana cedis. KGL paid that money. And time I hear more license to operate, you know. Because in 2008, NLA are try and fa 2015 and fa 2019 and fa. So we were not sure, say, license secret they must say the same thing, no. Ebefa na the enfa. So NLA want to protect itself. KG also wanted to protect itself. Say no. And I'm on my provisional license of 2 years. Now I'm call try market anyway. Say Ebefa na say be fairly just like NLA failed in 2008. 2015 and 2019. So KGL started with even a provisional license to test the market to see. So be successful and I say a better business as usual. Because NLA as authority in the crowd failed several times. And a fire, you know, that within that 2 provisional license, you know, a corner way, you know, that KGL has paid money to NLA about 50 million Ghana cedis.
Hey.
Yes, say KGL eboboka, say omoka, say adwumane beyeye, say enyeye. NLA say 2019 2020 betua 25 million.
Fato.
Yes, you have to give it to NLA. SOCD will bring it to us.
Media
2021 sabetua 25 million cedis. Yasa jo a penalty of 10 million cedis. Na fanese nka nipa no most of your MPP ni na ka MPP na kasa agban tim di fa sa akwan we so.
Wow.
And people have also argued say Adenema KGL 10 years contract after the provisional license of 2 years.
Na omo kura no omo sa trial no and omo anye no like be a 1 year.
And I say NLA and the state hasn't been fair to KGL when it comes to their contract. They hasn't been fair at all to KGL contract. Almost say KGL our 10 years contract. The Nico has said KNLA KGL 10 years contract. Now we almost say offer all the technical service providers. Lot the service are all rendered to NLA. Every transaction on daily basis or just 5% plus a maintenance fee of 1% from the NLA. Say NLA, any profit. Say NLA, any losses. As long as a man for could lot to via lot services machine. NLA is to pay lot 5% plus 1% maintenance fee.
Wow.
As to pay 6%. Say NLA boka, say when you profit, you have to pay that money. Till time NLA is indebted to the technical service providers.
One year agreement.
And that is why people need to go into some of these things.
Ah,
Otias, buy a tower,
Manyam for so.
Yes. Baka de minimum say yakwaye adwuma no. Ya tete kari nyina wie no. Emfa so na nka ya che. Ba we ntisa. Every money is paid on the gross. And law services contract it was 15 years contract. Seminet 10 years contract subject to renewal for another the same 15 years 10 years. I mean okay say law Seminet they are renewed their respective licenses. And the company or no every daily transactions or just 5%, 6% a free authority no. So authority aboka say we make it profit. Niyamano 15 years, 10 years respectively. Na company or no NLA e man capre on every daily transactions. Or NLA can say bosomi aso KGL beji teku anasempoa. Na NLA ma KGL 10 years Sebi offer. We hear that argument say I didn't need ma KGL 10 years And to assume nyansa bi anim company ono odisike bro. Okay, any company ono taking money away from you. One and kese e bon ho bai. One crown is a man of more years of contract. Definitely is KGL Technology Limited. Even private lotto operators are NLA more licenses under at 722 ne at 844. They gave them 10 years contract. Sikase no mutia 1.5 million cedis yearly. And uka 10 years times 1.5 million on yearly basis you are looking at 50 million cedis for 10 years. 10 years ediama KGL no. So 200 million cedis every year to NLA. By the end of 10 years of Isika Ketwa. 10 times 10 years in excess over what? Company KGL. Or no, every year we pay about 100 million cedis to NLA.
Wow.
I'm on a 10 years contract. So after 10 years, no for send what you are NLA.
1 billion.
Over 1 billion cedis. Company or no Emma NLA 1.5 million cedis every year. What's I'm on also 10 years. After start 10 years, let's send what you are NLA. 15 million cedis. And the company are 1 billion cedis after 10 years. Any company almost 50 million cedis after 10 years. 1 year is a bon home buy.
Yeah, they almost 1 billion.
Medasi. Company one money 15 years contract, 10 years for another company. I want every day. Ukoye juma say waboka say wanyam for so. Also money 6% of that particular money for the 15 years.
Hey.
Any company on Obama 1 billion cedis after 10 years. 1 year say bon home buy.
Dear Obama 1 billion after 10 years.
It will share all
and
this.
Question, yeah. Not just say a bit of quiet, Juma Mamma. No more dia kotua obia
exactly. Yes.
How?
So revenue a KGL generating ma NLA no. NLA will use that money to pay their staff. NLA will use that money to pay the service fee of law services, seminar services, and all other third-party contracts. And he said, oh, the industry, not say all these competitors, dom etia do no generate highest revenue for you to pay the services of those who are taking money away from you offer eto asumu oti ase enye but said them kind no akoye wotan ani brani ahoya offer me take you to NLA revenue and direct cost expenditure. Me find say Tuesday. Find say NLA after 6 p.m. Sika NLA inya out of sa man foku twa lotto through Seminet through Lord platform. ABR Lord platform yenya be 1 million cedis. Seminet yenya 1 million cedis. A layman they won't tell you man say because hey every day NLA nya 1 million cedis revenue. Sebi. You are being misformed or misled. That 1 million cedis, no, NLA is entitled to only about 6% of that 1 million cedis. After all cost expenditures are deducted. Because 1 million cedis now NLA be generated today, let's say on Seminet or Lord platform. Ese omu ete 50% of that money to pay winning tickets to the public. Because omu mutua loto no, after say yabobo draw no, odi ese utua deka. Say sika na bia na ade betua deka. NLA generate a revenue of 1 million cedis. Half of it, 500,000 cedis, is for payment of winning tickets. The Ebekano, even say when you are paid the technical service providers now, you also have to charge that 6% on the gross of the revenue generated. This 1 million na bet you 6%. Ama Lord, ama Seminet. We are telecos GPRS fees. Ese utia 1.5 of that say 1 million. Tema paper rules are take it no. And so that's all thing who scars to and also 1.5 they say 1 million. And sana per law, eso would be equal to consolidated fund is about 10% of the say 1 million. Two year deductions in you know offer. Now about 6% for NLA for the payment of it workers and other third party contracts. That is how the operation is on daily basis. And soon as that same 1 million cedis, you have to pay 25% of that money as lotto commission to the lotto marketing companies. Asa Tiscano NLA is only entitled to 6% of that 1 million generated. But now you layman, no catch us. Hey, every day NLA nya 1 million cedis. But have you gone into it to see the expenditure in that 1 million cedis?
Why wouldn't fast one? They
can't hear. But you can't ever hear.
Turnover your profit. Did Obiani turnover your profit?
No, for the matter was a meal. Say Kobase win ratio ASTD the amount of money generated out here. Finance say you generate revenue of 1 million cedis. Na Yakobo ball loto no amount for winning in an excess of about 2 million cedis. Sikari na ko what's at the car of 1 million cedis. Eso ko hwe say ska no na obetua sa aka na e wo honom no. And people are not interested in that word operational losses. The same way and about KGL. Oh, people are saying KGL, they make 10 million cedis every day, 12 million cedis every day. Because they are speaking out of ignorance. That 10 million cedis or 12 million cedis now because a KGL on every day. Offer. We hear deductions of the cost expenditures now. If you have 1%, 1.5% in the hands of KGL Technology Limited on daily basis. Because as a 10 or 12 million now can was no. As or 50% of that money for payment of winning tickets. And compulsory. And to your calculation, 50% of that 10 million, of that 12 million of us can say. And sana waba IT infrastructure maintenance fee. Ezo tia honka. And sana wasa betua the telecommunication networks neka because you are thriving on their platform to make lottery accessible to their end users. You must pay the fees on daily basis. Because when Tia Telecos now, they will not allow your star 959 hash to operate on their network. You also have to set money aside for digital marketing, serious marketing, because it's a new area for TRCP. A cable ball marketing, you have to take that money from the what? That 10 million or 12 million now can't 17. ansana GRA so beba be so kon corporate taxes you have to pay to GRA. NCA you have to take care of NCA license fees. Ansana ISO fees. So by the time I own all the cost expenditures, untitim free revenue na KGL enya on daily basis now ka ho asem so of 10 million of 12 million cedis no. Na ka be 1.5% or 1% of that money in the hands of KGL. And na 12 million na 10 million na ka ho asem no. Sika sa 10 or 12 million nyina be da KGL as a profit, or KGL has to pay winning tickets 50% of that money, fees to the IT infrastructure maintenance, the telecos, marketing, technical fees, corporate taxes to GRA, fintech fees to BOG, license fees to NCA, and all other cost expenditures. Unya sa calculation ni na no akot na Class TV, wakot na other platform na toto ayampia. Meanwhile, you are speaking out of ignorance, miseducating the public. Yemfa sa nchechire omai. They also make argument why I say I am a KGL exclusivity license. NLA approach KGL, say they need more money, and more money means more infrastructure expansion. Because of us, so who use 4G network and audio operations. Now, open say, who achieve expansions you must upgrade your system. And upgrading your system also means that it come at a cost. So, Sikano, and the lesson ready say, Obetia teku ana simple. And here's a KG and now Fiska, nor the expansion of the IT infrastructure. So that Sikana NLA for say or more per mono, KGL will be able to what? Meet those requirements. And Sebi, Nyansemuno, Okrana, you ask for what? An insurance. Because Okobobusia, any idea bear that IT infrastructure. NLA is your own Piaka Prekra. So if NLA doesn't provide an insurance for you, and as expansion now, and your guarantee say obey successful, and I say is going to work, it can fail. So NLA, the only thing insurance NLA beating the KG and say, then let's give you exclusivity so that you can take care of your risks and uncertainties in the adventure now about pursue. As our adventure also is into the larger interest of NLA of getting more revenue. And offer even under the final license KGL, NLA issued to KGL. KGL end up paying 55 million Ghana cedis to NLA. Apart from that, they were paying 2 million cedis to NLA Good Causes Foundation. And almost 3 million cedis for the LMCs now almost turn low to our kiosk. We say NLA and Chichema omo now omo find any day and show omo jumamu. Na digitalization operation is affecting their businesses. The LMCs no mu want to kwa bi ku a mu ko busa NLA for say as part of KGL's contract they gave us 3 million cedis every year. Say yam fire there and so yasene because of the data operations na KGL since 2022 KGL nya ne final license KGL na nkasa and a catcher NLA said no ye nuanu bi eton loto e wo kiosk the traffic might be redirected to the mobile phones or mobile business in a form kakra. As part of our license requirements, yen KGL are ready to pay 3 million cedis to NLA for onward distribution to the LMCs. The LMC who problem be approach NLA, ask them, say 3 million cedis now KGL at the mine is ikane wahefa. enkoye dom entia KGL ono adwen wo ho adwenpa say me boa ason wase of 3 million cedis so that you not be badly affected. Senka all companies are omoni NLA adwuma. Senka omo adwen papa to say KGL of paying 3 million cedis to NLA for onward distribution to the LMC sir. I think senka LMC sir omo ton loto e work kiosk nko mo ni problem ba kokra. But you must get ISO certified.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ISO certified.
Oh, okay.
They don't have ISO certification.
Now, but why not? All that there is a board and in place.
Yeah, there's a board.
Board number. Okay, you know, say.
No, ISO certification internationally acquired.
I know.
And you locally acquired.
Oh, okay.
No. And you locally acquired to operate an IT infrastructure system. Who leverage on it to do business or operate any kind of transactions, to meet the international standard, I will be able to say, "O system so robust, of top notch, Sebi, the firewalls around your IT infrastructure system is so top notch that you are free from cyber security threat, you are free from hacking and all that, They need to be an international certification, say we system up to the highest level of international standard. And NLA doesn't have ISO certification for the IT infrastructure system. And KGL has it. KGL ISO satisfied. ISO /IEC 27001. Give it the confidence, the international confidence. Say indeed, KGL IT infrastructure system is so robust and is up to the international standard. NLA doesn't have that. I may know say offer. So cha loto NLA via lot via Semnet. Now we wins now within certain range, they can pay you directly. And because say the system is not that highly safe or is not ISO certified, they need to rely on third-party companies to make that kind of transaction to the staking to the winners. Mutual Lotto. One of the companies, Insano Ghana Limited, and Ye Transat Ghana Limited, in partnership with the partner banks and telecos, small winning tickets to the staking public. Without these two companies, Insano Ghana Limited, Transat Ghana Limited, NLA doesn't have that kind of architecture to make those payments. But KGL does. Because of the ISO certification in collaboration with the telecos, quickly KGL can pay from their own system via the telecos. NLA cannot do that. They have to do that through a third-party company. Insano and Enstrat Ye Transat Ghana Limited. Yes. All these things are a serious complex issues on the industry nasia. Sebi obi betimi abetwa enfotro egu ani obi betimi abe misled o no akotena TV so akotena radio so na ototo ayampia ekeka nsem bia no kra baku kra nim yeduko gina court of competent jurisdiction, you can never defend yourself. And offer another argument so amount for making is KGL operate on Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire with NLA license. Offer that's a fallacy. Cote d'Ivoire, they have their own authority regulating the lottery space in Cote d'Ivoire. Ultimately for NLA license, Ghana jurisdiction and cooperative or Ivory Coast jurisdiction. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Common sense. You have to what? Approach the National Lottery of Ivory Coast, which they call it Lunasi, to apply for license, whether in a form of collaboration or whatever form, before and sign a bit more operative lottery in Ivory Coast. Ultimately, use NLA license, automatically go to Ivory Coast and go there and operate lottery. No. Ghana laws, Juma or Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. The same way Ivory Coast Zimra nye adwuma Ghana. Oko Nigeria. Opeso ye lottery operations on Nigeria. Udimi ga say me kura Ghana license ti maba Nigeria me be lottery. Na Ghana mra de di Nigeria mra so. There be the same way obi so company bi wo Nigeria entimi ka say I am licensed by Nigeria Lottery or Regulation ti maba Ghana e be operating lottery. You don't have that kind of mandate. You don't have that kind of jurisdictional powers. To call Nigeria, opeso operating lottery, you need to go through the process by going to the National Lottery Regulatory Commission of Nigeria. Satisfy all their requirements before you can operate any lottery in Nigeria. There now say because KGL has a license with the NLA, to automatically KGL uses the license of NLA to operate lottery in Nigeria or Cote d'Ivoire. You are with the greatest of respect. You are a big joke. They also are making an argument. So there's a lotto account. All proceed from lottery should enter that lottery account. Section 32 of the National Lotto Act. That is fact. But they forget say this particular provision, strictly speaking, doesn't affect the online LMCs like KGL Technology Limited. Because so far section 32 of the National Lotto Act now is based on section 28 of the National Lotto Act. All the proceeds from the kiosks via the point of sale terminals or terminals portable machines, because NLA transacted that particular operation in collaboration with technical service providers, also to commission to the LMCs, also to GPRS fees to the telecos, also to thermal paper rule commitment and all that. There should be a special account. All the money will go there, and we use that account to do the disbursement. Now, make sure say 50% winning ratio, 6% to the technical service providers, respectively, each of them taking 6%. Thermal paper roll, telco, GPR fees, and all that, so that it can be distributed in that from that particular lotto account. The rest never can you transfer it to the consolidated fund. 10% of it, then the 6% of it is retained for the NLA. That is the essence of it. But when you come to the online lottery marketing companies, this particular arrangement, they are not affected by it because NLA doesn't pay any commission to them. NLA into a commission to KGL. They then are all bringing under such arrangement. It doesn't make sense legally and even per the law, because over the lottery regulations, LI 1948, section 12, 13, it talks about, and even to the extent of section 14 and 15 of the LI, it talks about how online lotto marketing companies should operate, like KGL. There's no mention or there's no provision say KGL when is coming to lotto account to be which was provided for under 72. It cover only LMC operation, the technical service operation, our money NLA. To make it all this argument, it's not backed by even the very Act 722 and LI 1948 Parliament are passing for the purpose of conduct, supervision, and regulation of lottery operations in Ghana. To offer also a hono lucrebia day any. It's just a fallacy. And another one I offer a hear me pa, which is very, very, very dear to me, because okay section 2(3) of the National Lotto Act or say there shall be conducted as part of the operation of National Lotto a lottery with the object of providing care and protection for the physically or mentally afflicted, the needy, the aged, orphans, and destitute children. So all the lottery operations no sika na offer yeah generating nyina no we a company including NLA itself, you have to make sure say you are satisfying the objects of the national lotto, especially section 2.3 of the Act 722. Ye musa ye say all the companies are NLA are licensing are omu nyina so privately owned companies or individuals are omoni NLA adwuma no ofa kwame mududu saying and undertaking serious corporate social responsibility activities in alignment with section 2.3 of the National Lotto Act 722 with the exception of KGL Technology Limited. The commitment to CSR activities in this country is very, very profound, very loud, and everybody can attest to that. All the other companies offer, they are the normal Yema destitute children, the orphans, the aged. What are they even doing to support the social investment infrastructure in this country? Zero. With the exception of KGL Technology Limited. The NLA itself, how many activities no man undertaking in alignment with section 2.3 of the National Lotto Act? When they come to KGL, KGL is even far ahead of NLA when it comes to CSR activities or engagement in this country. And we are a private company. Your license, you operate within the terms and conditions of your license. The space is too big for everyone to operate. KGL, since provisional license, final license, exclusivity, has never entered into the space of other companies almost more license to operate. There then our competitor, NLA amount license. Okoshe individuals BH say omumeye KGL dom. Meanwhile, KGL is giving more money to NLA than yourself. I think that the NLA adwuma we enyame na ese me betra chirichiri. I said the management and the board of NLA and the staff of NLA should take it very seriously and understand that as it stands now, any KGL, NLA will collapse. Any KGL, NLA cannot even pay its staff. It's a fact, and they know it. Now, idea of a airboa Emma Utia employees, airboa ma will generate revenue over 100 million cedis every year. Yet to nasi,
baby.
So all quarters will be this our company not term, will be Tata as our company not sema. Razak Kojo Opoku as a better defender. It's the work of the management, the board, and the staff of NLA to even do retail marketing for Star 959 of KGL, because NLA generates sikaf ebro. Exactly. Company over 100 million cedis every year. Any company over 1.5 million cedis every year. Any company on all taking sika from you on daily basis. One is all taking serious interest in its protection, in its advancement in terms of marketing and acceptability. It's KGL Technology Limited. But as you speak, from previous administration to this current administration, honestly speaking, I am not satisfied with their output when it comes to their protection and advancing the cause of KGL. At NLA, they haven't been fair to KGL Technology Limited. Seriously speaking, NLA hasn't been fair. Previous director generals, board members, current, they haven't been fair to KGL. Anytime biano omuja company no, they allow the company to fight. Meanwhile, on a disc bro, they shouldn't fight for themselves. So I will pin with this current management and the board. Sabi uti echire na unko NLA honoma. Adwene different. But our premises so now who the modus of operandi and operation at the NLA. and you'll be as or catch or say so crack KGL multisekusia, because it's the only company that you can use to fight stigmatization, the only company that you can use to fight illegal lottery operation are currently 80% dominated. Now what you might use KGL platform to fight nature, and so todd and then says of a crime. One a bit Marco Tokyo's Marco Chalut.
Obia Timinko.
But I want to mention them.
Oh, simple. They say, quite a sort of a boss for pa.
Tiadia,
church, I want to say, Obia as a church that could tell you phone swan.
And idea no KGL Casino. Na NLA. You can go and negotiate. Say no. Now you share the expansion of your market share, which of course you are to market it, you are to protect it. Now we are coming back for what? Renegotiation to pay us more money. In the wisdom of KGL and the knowledge of KGL will not say my kese na me regulator e hon kire no. They will agree to the terms and conditions. Now the one my line say me copy camera. Every year me the 100 million cedis e bro. Other companies are one licenses or more precise. They are bringing you 500,000, 1.5 million cedis every year. Other third-party contract, they are taking money from you 6% on daily transactions. You are protecting those entities. Me and me this brought to pay all those liabilities, you know. Where jam and Tasumu, they haven't been fair to KGL. And people create an impression, say, Bonnie be a KGL, a duo, NLA, a bimbada. Look, any. And because of political witch hunting, political mafiaism, obi feel say, oh, company ne kura no MPP time ne buy into mu nyina ya MPP for. So MDC about there, let's deal with them. Who the pakura was you know your man before. Any ya KGL training when NLA will collapse. Do you know that? You don't know it. And since the operations of KGL on taking one city even from the NLA. NLA is rather the one benefiting from KGL. Meanwhile, and for so NLA won't pay one city investment into the operations of KGL. And one thing they must understand, KGL is not politically affiliated. And the directors of KGL, none of them is a card-bearing member of any political party. Oh, and now, Mr. Les, he was a board chair of GIPC. Tianuntino MPP ni card-bearing member, financier and all that. Offer. Your mama buy. Yenim enkrofo a appoint to omo as CEOs. They are not even card-bearing members or sympathizers of the National Democratic Congress. But they are working. Offer. Rascal Jampo a card-bearing member of NDC.
There be.
Kobe Menz or a card-bearing member of NDC.
There be.
Lord Menz or a card-bearing member.
There be.
There be. If I can't be a MP board member, not a card-bearing member of MPP.
There be.
Yes. So government is different from politics. Mm-hmm. So the fact that will be a GIPC board chairman doesn't mean say you're a card-bearing member of what? You patriotic party.
And institutions in the
yes,
they are still at post.
FDA, Food and Drugs Authority.
Yeah, Mimi.
Why MPP ni?
There be.
Why NDC ni?
Ghana Airport.
Why MPP ni? Why NDC ni?
There be.
So why do you have to have a myopic mindset? Obi a board chair or be a board chair in administration it automatically. Why MPP ni? Ma buy NDC na buy ntimi kwa tata. Sabi na ni mnyansa. Because moreover no sa adwene kura wanya kire say we are mambo for because company ni twene ho sesi NLA will collapse. NLA cannot even pay its workers. Now company on obua NLA at no cost to NLA. The NLA to an say KGL so e wogu na no. O say me wa adwen boni tia. And clearly now you don't understand the whole industry or the operations of the NLA. And offer the last time I checked, for the last 10 to 15 years, the founder of KGL Technology Limited hasn't been a card-bearing member of any political party, though he used to be a member of Young Executive Forum. And It's just like my UP Tradition Institute. It was made up of a group of business executives and professionals. They believe in private enterprise and free market economy and all that. But the last 10 to 15 years, he hasn't been a card-bearer member of any political party. Though he served under a Akufo-Addo government as a board member and subsequently a board chair. And he's not the first person to do that. They now cut now Class TV. Etoto ayampia say our MPP ni and a KGL Kenofurata dia a Akufo-Addo dia offer with the greatest of respect, in all humility and sincerity. Jimmy Kasa. Because I crack no before Zobabet such a platform to make such unsubstantiated allegations. No, you can go to the Office of Registry of Companies, use RTI to know the directors of the company, whether they are politically affiliated or not. You don't just come on there, no two foot through a good Ghana for any. If KGL decide to sue you right now or sue any individual pedo first falsehood against KGL and Mr. Alexander, ultimately you and perhaps offer make us any panocrado unica prince wa court no cause we meet ya 1 million cedis crown po beti me anya scared ya. So me end no, I would like to caution all those.
Number 2 me bo e die no betimi abase campaigner aye bibia emma NLA ska
Yeah,
na nipa bi pese still omo egunu and I get money from some. Meanwhile, I get money from some that short fall
of a member
of revenue.
A human I am magaze. Oh, you beji a human free KG and 70 no. Unless Mahama government, about $20 billion to pay judgment debt to KGL, they can go ahead.
Per the contractor,
of course. What $20 billion are? Fabra. KGL will stop generating money for NLA. Who needs $20 billion now? You shut up and sit somewhere so that KGL will still continue generating revenue for the state, generating revenue for NLA, generating revenue for GRA, and making sure say all statutory payment BSO to support national development, they will continue to do so. 20 billion cedis and to ayampia can say hunu enya fosa and na ho betesa. And MPP by Law Services Ghana Limited, allegedly it was owned by an NDC person who used to be a board member of NLA. By MPP by and can say, oh, Law Services Ghana Limited, it was owned by an appointee or it is associated with an appointee appointed by NDC government until the HM. We didn't do that. Law Services Ghana Limited was awarded a 15 years contract under 8 years of Akufo-Addo's government. He was allowed to operate and he still be in operation. Onumpo or just 6% from NLA on daily basis. He was allowed to operate because he was giving essential service to NLA. How much more a company giving in excess of 100 million cedis yearly to NLA and Abayane do? Ne sabi your time jealousy, envy without any basis. Teye ena KGL akofa NLA sika. Ana NLA per the contra NLA committed public funds to KGL. We can look into it. Then you can have a case. But this instance, NLA, to the exception of KG operation till now, can never, in their boost, can never state anywhere, say, Oma committee even 1 cedi or 50 pesos to the establishment, operations, and sustainability of KGL. All those costs or cost expenditures is under the responsibilities of the directors of KGL Technology Limited and KGL company itself. Now me and my alliances are me bruiska every year. No be on no jiska free one every day. Of a 1 year say born ho buy. So I think say people should be level-headed. Omunya botre no monte industry na say. Omunya botre no munhu the state of NLA. Omunya botre no munhu emphaswa KGL edima NLA. Compared to all other contracts existing with the NLA, a car a bo NLA. No one coming for a better discussion. No munya say ye to ayampia, ye hiding behind political radio platform, TV platforms. Eki can say hunubia faso biya ni so, and say hunubia evidence biya any. Yamfa sanche chre omai. Offer. If you have any other question, offer you can ask me.
Ya making any say ye di and something na wale ni be. But my last question is say Ghana, me peso to Ghana for enye KGL. Obia sway senke a foreigner dia.
Yeah.
Obia nka bibia.
Obia nka hwe.
Why?
Because nipa bibini ni nwa bibini ya ade na successful and o sha se complaining. Ni nwa bibini efeli a da nije okoso a ha no eye ne ya. Akoye yesu ne ye ban. Over yeti krom ha. Yenim companies a eye foreign own. Sebi omo ha o man no. Omo kra kan ho na ye see the engine due to capital flight and all that. But wakoye broni na onkoye bibini onkoye Ghanani no, they don't have problem with that. But my Ghanani enkoye the same business no one is successful. E ho na be hu or time any devilish agendas a ye be yet such a person. And says Subano, I think say you pick from our family setup. Sa ho ya no even among siblings. And they did our nation building, which is not helping us. We need to support indigenous businesses to flourish, indigenous businesses to grow, indigenous businesses to become empowered to the extent that they can also go to other jurisdictions and create companies and other subsidiaries there. That is why nations build billionaires and millionaires and companies worth of billions and trillions of dollars. But in our case, it's not like that. And of our hands, why are they being so? Yenye risk takers, yenye creative enough, yenye innovators. For instance, offer radio station bars here. I think Dr. Sir Kwame Despite was the first person here to be a radio station. At that time, people were laughing at it until said they saw say he was taking over the market. After the ubia person will be radio stations because if he say despite ye the sika kura wanya na radio ni tina ama na nyes kan tie nyina yenko be radio stations bebre bie and so man survive they ended up closing down. Ubetwi TV station we introduce UTV pe obia akode digital channel and also BHP TV stations. Still they are not able to meet the competition of UTV. Oba even our local economy. Obi share fried rice I say no make iskape afo bia person koye fried rice. Indomie buy no obi di indomie obi enyeske obi person koye indomie. Obi introducing Uber app on the market.
No Obia
Tango Bode.
What are the app? What are the amount? Obia koye the same app KGL app.
Yes.
And na opese she said ye some yama adena is success. Nti agono.
Yes.
Nti obepedi.
Sabe pepe. But time I taking risk no. Say beye enye obi anfa. Ye gina nchen ahwe se beye ya. Aye ni de sika ho yeso yenkope bi ni. Meanwhile, you have not even sat down to analyze the whole economic architecture of the operations of KGL. I mentioned earlier, Okotina radio so now say KGL. Every day, onya 10 million cities or 12 million cities. What Busa Hon say? Dodo was saying and omudi tua winning ticket. More than 50% of that 10 million or 12 million now can was them. It would be an umbesa says academy be an umbesa and all the technical service providers and the telecommunication networks are more use their partnership for collaboration. Corporate access to GRA and all that. When titis are carrying them from, I can bear 1% of that 10 million or 12 million cities now can was them. I know there's a carry here in Pakron. So can everybody here? I also be thinking, hey, okayfm have huge subscribers, so they are making money. But they haven't sat down to analyze, say, IT infrastructure crowd okayfm used to come back no more fast so a replacement and maintaining, come back no more fast so a workers car, come back no more fast so to service all their operational losses. And finally, need the others a and that kind of mindset is not helpful. You emphasize anti-chiro my completely emphasize anti-chiro my. Ti ofa kwame me di manusi no me person obi a ti ase say. So we be catch us KGL has privately captured NLA a force. Completely false. Because KGL is not the only private company out the NLA Juma. All companies any NLA Juma are privately owned 100%. Occur at 722 from section 5 to section 10 of the act. I say NLA should operate in partnership with private companies. All private lotto operators NLA are mobilized in our company in publicly owned. Individuals there. They are private citizens, just like KGL. Tianya no credit. Say KGL a capture NLA for itself by itself and for the benefit of itself.
Nice one. Because operations is privately.
All of them are private entities. And to say bia, they be ba NLA. Ghana Lotto Operators Association, they be. No, but someone say, are they public organization?
No,
they are private entities. Concern Lotto Agent Association, are they public entity?
No,
they are private individuals. All other private companies, omuye dede LMCs, omuye dede TRKJ. No, but someone say, are they publicly owned companies? No, all of them are private entities. Of what did that say? NLA itself, FIT KGL in the media space.
There be
stakeholders, competitors now, NLA more licenses, almost in private entities. And yes, I did the Huno, to I am Pia, de Huno. Meanwhile, the money they gave to NLA is far less because one company, I am on a license of 10 years, would 1.5 million every year to NLA. 10 years, near 15 million cities. Offer what the total even yearly revenue a KGL Dima NLA. Uti free mukra na of aka 85 million cities. So what is the noise for? What is the argument for? Completely needless.
Okay. Medas pa
Dr. Medas
Razak Kojo Opoku. And now one of the any PhD. Aha.
Now about PhD no. Any DBA no. Difference be any.
So.
Yes, my mentor. See, yeah, acquire say obi aye MPhil, no aye MBA, why MSc, why MA. Need a master's degree. But MPhil is for teaching. So PhD is for research and teaching for academia. DBA is the same equivalent of PhD, but it's professional for the corporate world. Yeah.
Mati. Me da se pa na ayi pani bi wo Ghana me mondi. Ono nko an masters no say ye honorary. Hey, we see what thing papa.
Ozi the masters here.
The masters no. School by us school no so agu.
Well, for one thing so I say TRC and say abrabo no be successful a
fie
and fan show to muda. You will be a professor of finance. The bank account to create 10,000.
Na mami muso say man bi ba ha.
Obi a professor of economics 5,000 crore bi. What did I make sure? Obi su to school there mother. we be a radio station PhD holder my bet na e come asem e fie nyansa ne de baba
asem si ya no anya abotre me da say Dr. Razak Kojo Opoku ena ye ne no atwe enkomo munya pulling down sa ne ma no na nye enye etina da bi
OKFM 101.7